that button.
See if she can make it, because she doesn't know when they're coming in. Yeah, no, she does, yeah. We want to try to organize as many people as we can think of, so. Yeah, I know.
Good evening. Tonight we're doing things a little different. In recognition of Veterans Day, I would ask, who here among us is a veteran? Do we have any veterans? Would you please stand and make yourself known? Well, I'm already standing, so, you know.
Well, I'm gonna sit down because I'm not.
If you are not a veteran, you're not a veteran. So let's give them a round of applause. What branch of the service?
What's that?
What branch of the service?
U.S. Army.
Cool.
U.S. Air Force. Go ahead.
He's off.
Go ahead, you can say it.
Still love you. That's great.
Hey, you need us for a ride.
That's it. You guys do the whole air cover. It's fabulous. We love it. Veterans are very special, obviously, not only to me, but to everybody, because it's the sacrifices that they have made, that they chose to make, that provides the freedom that you and I are able to enjoy. We go to bed each night knowing that we are free because men and women across our nation, out of their volunteer service, decide to stand in the gap and provide our freedom. So when you see a veteran, thank them. Display our flags proudly and know that each and every one of them have done so because of their willingness to serve. Thank you. At this time, I would ask that everybody stand as we do the Pledge of Allegiance. Recorder Smith, if you would. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. I call to order this regular session of the Vienna City Council. Having taken roll and having a quorum, we will proceed. Before we get into our agenda items this evening, we have a presentation, and I'm going to ask Councilmember Ditzler if you will join me in the front.
I must smell everybody. I must smell you.
She's talking about, or,
I should hope
how
it's
we
a dog.
Oh, look at you, aren't you adorable? Oh my gosh, you're so big, you can eat my face. This evening, we are very blessed to be receiving a sizable donation, and I'll let you come up and present from the Ditzler Family Foundation that's going to support the recreational activities that we have in Vienna, focused on the improvement of our soccer field. We're going to make some tremendous strides in improving that, and we're just very thankful for this. Harry?
Well, we're just lucky to be here, and we wanted the young ladies in our community, the girls who are in grade school, middle school, and high school, to have the same opportunities as the boys and men. And I didn't think, and Kathy didn't think, and our daughter didn't think, and our son didn't think it was fair that they had to play on a boys' football field, which isn't even the same size as a soccer field. And so we're offering this donation to expand the field on Rosemar that's used as a soccer field to a full-size, Olympic-size soccer field. And the mayor and I talked about it, and he felt that with $50,000 they can add a little bit of city resources and they can get the job done. And so that's what the plan is.
That is definitely the plan.
Absolutely.
Wow. That's a very well. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
Oh, other than our son was in soccer and I watched the girls play on football fields and, you know, and it's just always been in the shadows, it seems, and, you know, it's gotten better. It's gotten better over the years, but this is pretty special. It is very special. And, so, I
Let's
mean.
make sure that point is proven.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So it's a real pleasure to be able to provide this. It really is.
On behalf of all the city council and all of the youth that I know that will eventually use that field, we thank you for it, and we look forward to great things to come.
I must smell you.
Individuals signed up to speak this evening. The first is Warren Piscow. Can you come up to the microphone, sir, so everybody can hear you?
Okay, yeah, no problem. Thank you. Can you hear me now fine?
I can hear you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, okay. I'm Warren Pisco, and tonight, one of the things I think you're going to be discussing is sober living facilities. I think it's proper to enforce our zoning requirements, and I believe that the house that we're talking about meets them. And I think these are motivated people who are trying to live sober. And because we're all concerned about taking a chance on a sober living house, I'd like to describe how people have taken chances on me, which have allowed me to be here. I had polio in 1947 when I came home from the hospital at the age of 4.5. Both legs and my left arm were paralyzed. I needed to wear a corset to sit up. My parents were faced with a problem. How do you raise and care for me? So they moved in with my grandparents who helped. Mom gave me physical therapy every day for the first year. I learned to crawl and to walk with braces and crutches. I attended special needs schools, public schools, and eventually obtained a PhD. I and a legally blind student were the first handicapped students accepted at Caltech in 1961. Caltech is the premier science education school in the nation. Since I had never participated in high school sports at all, I thought it would be good for me to swim on the swim team. So I walked down to the coach. I walked in with my braces and crutches because my legs were paralyzed and my left arm was very weak. That's what I told him. I could change into my swimsuit in the locker room and walk with braces and crutches to the pool deck, sit on the bench next there, take off my braces and crutches, and then crawl to the pool. And I wanted to be on the swim team. His response was, "Let's see what you can do." I was on the swim team and also the water polo team. In town, I found the local polio support group, and they taught me the importance of having a peer group. Because walking with crutches and braces, or even using a wheelchair, believe me, you appear different. Having a group of people with similar experiences was wonderful. The support group was invited to swim at Martin School and to kayak with the Adventure Pursuit. Because of the swimming experience, I was comfortable in the water, I took them up. I was the only one. But being invited made it possible. People have taken a chance on me, and I think it should be played forward. And so I hope that we can treat all of our neighbors with the spirit of Marshall Rosenberg, who encouraged us to ask this question: how can we make life still more wonderful? How can we make life still more wonderful? And I'd like you to consider that. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Judas Piscow.
I guess you want us to sit down?
Or you can stand, as long as we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for changing the site of the council meeting to accommodate the expected large interest and for scheduling a public meeting next week to inform the public on the Oxford House and to answer questions. I think we can all agree there is a big problem with drugs and drug rehabilitation in this area. The first information about the Oxford House moving into the subdivision was very alarming and I was very upset. Then I recalled that before the 1970s, deed restrictions prevented Jews and people of color from living in many areas. So I searched the internet and talked to an Oxford House resident. This is what I found. People completing the Oxford House program are less likely to return to substance abuse than those in traditional programs. Nearby neighbors usually like the residents, and many further away didn't know the house existed. Housing values were not usually affected. Courts have ruled that the Oxford House is a special sort of family where all the residents work together towards the common goal of becoming comfortable with sobriety without relapse. Oxford houses are rented houses and democratically run by members. There's no staff. Members are responsible for rent, utilities, food, and maintenance. New members apply to join, are interviewed, and must receive the vote of 80% of the existing members to be admitted. So they're pre-selected for commitment. All members must have jobs, do chores in the house, and must abstain from alcohol and drugs. Most attend 12-step meetings. There are usually between 6 and 12 residents in a house, all of the same sex, typically 1 or 2 people per bedroom. When admitted to the house, most have completed their detox treatment. Several Oxford homes join in a chapter to support each other and provide outside control. Hopefully, this information will help quell anxiety in the neighborhood. The City of Vienna ordinances allow up to 12 residents in a group home. The house in Greenmont Circle is large, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. The planned occupancy of 10 satisfies the ordinance. There are 7 Oxford houses scattered in Wood County, 2 in Vienna, 5 in Parkersburg, 1 directly opposite Parkersburg Catholic High School. After completing treatment, a man complained that his first residence was in an area where he was offered drugs on a daily basis. He pleaded, "I had to get out of there if I was have a chance." Now, a resident of an Oxford house, he is 29 months sober and very proud of his 2-year pin and the job he does. He feels his neighbors welcome the house residents. I hope the men in this program will be good neighbors. I hope that the neighbors will show compassion, and I hope the police will treat them fairly. Thank you.
Thank you. There you go, just push the button. There you go, thank you. The report of the minutes from the October 23rd, 2025 meeting have been printed, posted, and circulated. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Unfinished business that we are dealing with this evening? Oh, is it on there? Oh. I didn't have anything beside of it. Move on. Report of the treasurer?
I review the reconciliation for funds dated November 7th, 2025, and the short budget report at a high level and compare them to the previous month. The accounts are all in order, and the city of Vienna is financially sound to pay its bills.
Are there any question on the report of city funds? Again, we have no unfinished business to deal with this evening, so we move on to new business. The first item on our agenda this evening is a resolution authorizing a donation of $8,500 to the Westbrook Health Services on behalf of the Wood County Prevention Coalition.
I'll be recusing myself from this conversation.
Mr. Cogstad, if you would.
No, I didn't have it pulled up. Sorry.
That's okay.
Be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Vienna that it hereby authorizes the donation of $8,500 from opioid settlement funds to Westbrook Health Services on behalf of the Wood County Prevention Coalition to help fund youth-focused anti-opioid programming. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
You're okay?
Pass that over.
No, there's one over there. We are out of our normal element, so we're working this the best we can. So I would ask that you work with us as we get through tonight's meeting. You've heard the resolution as presented. Do I have a motion to accept? Do I have a motion and a second? Having a motion and a second, open for discussion.
We had this discussion last week at the Budget and Finance meeting. They initially came in asking for a total of $65,000 to cover all the programs for 2026, and the Budget and Finance Committee.
They had asked for half of that.
Yeah, but that was the total funds, and they asked for half of that. And what we said was, in order to help you out, we'll help cover the first quarter, which was the 8.5, and then we asked the folks to go out and talk to Wood County Commission as well as the City of Parkersburg, and then circle back to the City of Vienna so we understand what everybody's going to offer out on the table as opposed to the City of Vienna offering it all. So that's where we come to the 8.5. That covers their programs that they have defined for the month of January, which was a bowling bash for the kids, February, which was a skating party, and March, which was a recreational event.
Is there any other discussion? Having no further discussion, having a motion and a second, all those in favor of the resolution as submitted, signify by raising your right hand.
I'll abstain because I was the attorney that got the money in there.
We appreciate that. Rod, did you raise your hand?
Yes, I did.
There you go, very good.
Okay, can we raise your hand to get one?
Hello? Would you rather us say aye at this meeting since you can't see people? You don't wanna share a mic with me, is that what you're saying?
I'm saying I didn't bring any notes tonight.
Oh, that's it.
Okay, so.
All right. Motion passes unanimously. Yes, you can go get Tony. Do you need my book or do you have?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
The next item on our agenda is a general budget fund revision. Henry?
We're looking to use the remaining budgeted capital funds from the McDonough Wild Refuge Walking Track Seal Coating Project for additional parking. We're looking to move $375,000 out of account 322, which is capital reserve, and giving it to the streets department, which is account 570-58 for capital outlay for additional infrastructure improvements that would be done with the approval as the mayor sees.
You've heard the budget fund revision as submitted. Do I have a motion to accept?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. I have a motion and a second, open for discussion. This, of course, is the additional $375,000 that we laid out in our capital reserve plan. These funds will be used in addition to the yearly budgeted fund items that we have in the way of infrastructure improvements. This year, we budgeted $900,000 for infrastructure improvements pertaining to our wastewater and roads. This will again be in addition to. It will in no way take away from this year's budget or next year's requisition. Is there any other discussion? Having a motion and a second on the floor and no other discussion, all those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All hands are raised. Motion passes unanimously. The third item on our agenda this evening is a resolution using the remaining budgeted capital funds items of the McDonough Wildlife Refuge Walking Track Seal Coating Project for additional parking. Henry, if you would.
That's what we just
Oh,
did.
is it a resolution? Did you need to talk to
Yeah,
it?
that's the resolution.
You have it?
I've got it here. Be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Vienna that the mayor or his designee is authorized to use the remaining budgeted capital funds from the McDonough Wildlife Refuge Walking Path Seal Coating Project for additional paving projects in the parks. These funds are budgeted in line item 01-540-6558.
Having heard the resolution, do I have a motion to accept? I have a motion and a second? I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hit your button.
Yeah.
There you go.
Could you just briefly talk about what the funds are gonna be used for?
So we have additional paving projects throughout Jackson Park. This is utilizing the remainder of funds that were from the walking track coating and repair that's at the McDonough Wildlife Refuge. So we'll continue to use these funds just for paving projects within the park itself.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Having a motion and a second, no other discussion, all those in favor of passing the resolution as read, please signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes unanimously. The next item on our agenda is a bid recommendation for purchase of equipment of 2 police pursuit rated utility vehicles. This is for the equipment, not the vehicle itself.
Sealed bids for the purchase of equipment for 2 2026 Dodge Durango Police Pursuit rated utility vehicles were opened on Tuesday, September 9th, 2025 at 10 a.m. with the following results. Miller Communications, $36,266. Intuitive Data and Technology Products, $31,483.20. After careful review of the bid proposals, the recommendation for council approval for the purchase and installation of equipment for the 2 2026 Dodge Durango Police Pursuit utility vehicles is for Intuitive Data and Technology Products in the amount of $31,483.20. This is for all the retrofitting for the 2 cruisers that we had approved for purchase earlier.
Hearing the bid recommendation. Do I have a motion to accept?
Second.
No problem.
Having a motion and a second, open for discussion.
Any idea as to how long it's gonna take to retrofit the vehicles once the vehicles arrive?
We don't have the vehicles yet. Once we receive the vehicles, the winning company already knows what vehicles we are receiving. So they should be able to order and have on hand the equipment. And we'll be able to get that done fairly quickly. When I discussed this with Belpre, who has utilized them quite often, they said their turnaround time was rather quick. Is there any other discussion? Having a motion and a second and no other discussion, all those in favor of accepting the bid recommendation as read, please signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes unanimously. The next item we have on the agenda is a resolution authorizing the mayor to engage outside counsel for a potential real estate matter.
And Mayor, before we move to items 5 and 6, I'd ask that we combine those and ask to move into executive session to discuss those two items.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? We need to vote on this?
Yes, you have to vote on the executive session.
All those in favor of moving into executive session, please signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes, and we'll move into executive session. let the record reflect that we have returned from executive session at 6:55. The session was discussion only and no decisions were made. With that, we move on to item number 5 on our agenda, and that is a resolution authorizing the mayor to engage outside counsel for a potential real estate matter. Oh, there you go. You can have it.
You win.
Old school to the win.
This is a resolution authorizing the mayor to engage outside counsel for a potential real estate matter. Be it resolved by the common council of the city of Vienna that hereby authorizes the mayor to engage outside counsel to address a potential real estate matter.
Having heard the resolution as submitted, do I have a motion to accept?
Motion.
Do I have a second? Having a motion and a second, open for discussion.
They're big, good.
No discussion on this one?
Did you want to say? You want to go to the next one? Okay. All right.
Having a motion and a second, and no other discussion, all those in favor of approving the resolution as submitted, please signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes unanimously.
We do the next one.
Moving on, yes, I got it. Moving on to,
I've got it.
you got it?
I got it.
After all that,
Yeah. This is a resolution authorizing the city of Vienna's attorney to proceed with litigation to enforce certain ordinances. Be it resolved by the common council of the city of Vienna that the city attorney or his designee is authorized to take such reasonable steps as are necessary to enforce certain municipal ordinances of the city of Vienna, including but not limited to litigation.
Having heard the resolution as submitted, do I have a motion to accept?
First.
I have a motion and a second. I have a motion and a second. Open for discussion.
The resolution to proceed with litigation only pertains to the enforcement of city ordinances. I want the residents to all be aware that the city does not have a power to enforce deed restrictions, and if there are any concerns that are covered by deed restrictions, then that's a separate matter that the property owners need to proceed with on their own. We don't have the power to do the deed restriction part of it.
Any other discussion? I just want to say that, you know, in regards to both of these resolutions, we were elected to office to represent all the Vienna residents that call Vienna home. We were given that trust and ability to do that, and we must discharge that duty as required. Part of that requirement is enforcing the ordinances that we have on the books. We do so by removing and looking at it from an impartial standpoint and enforcing what we have. This resolution authorizes the action to be able to enforce the ordinances that apply throughout the city. It will give us the ability to act where we see fit in accordance to those ordinances and take appropriate steps and actions to represent the city of Vienna and its residents. I intend on doing that, and that is our commitment. Any other discussion? Having no other discussion, having heard the resolution as submitted, all those in favor of accepting the resolution as submitted, please signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes unanimously. That's it. Do I have anything else? Having no other items on the agenda this evening, we move on to reports from standing boards and committees. Do we have anything to report? Alicia, there you
For the Vienna Rec, we've got winter basketball, and the floor hockey signups are live. If you've got any kids, they even got adult leagues. But anybody looking to sign up for basketball or floor hockey, those signups are live at viennarec.com.
Anyone else? Henry?
The next budget and finance meeting is going to be held on December 9th at 4 p.m. in this council chambers.
Harry, did you have something?
One other thing on the soccer field, we were trying to figure out how we could get a artificial turf field, because I know from working with the soccer kids, it's so difficult because you wear out the grass and you can only use it so much. And if we get that, when we get the full-size soccer field, if we can start working next on getting it artificial turf, then the kids can play on it crossways and everything. It worked out at Schoenbaum. I mean, which is the field that the Shoney's owners put in down there. That gives a great opportunity to all kids, all ages, and it also adults. I mean, so anyone that is interested in soccer, let's try to work on that as our next project. And once we have a full-size field, we'll figure out how to get some artificial turf on it. And Kathy and I will do what we can to help.
Thank you.
Yeah, there was one thing I forgot. On December 18th at 6 p.m. here in this building, there'll be a public forum or town hall meeting where there'll be open dialogue between the residents and everybody up here and others. So questions can be asked and hopefully answers can be provided.
Is that December 18th or November?
It's November 18th, 6 p.m.
And that will be again in this room.
And for the residents in Greenmont, I'll take the signs to the community mailboxes.
We just want to take a moment and remind everybody we're getting ready to go into the holiday season, obviously with Thanksgiving. Then in December, the city will ramp up its Christmas festivities. On December the 2nd at 6 p.m., we will have the city Christmas tree lighting and festivities, which will go on at Spencer's Landing. This year it's going to be much different, and there's going to be some new attractions that I believe are going to be welcomed by all residents and families alike throughout Vienna, and will make it an excellent time. December the 6th will be the Vienna Christmas Parade. If you or organizations would like to be a part of that, you can get a registration form via the city website or call my office, and Teresa will get you taken care of. Are there any other announcements or council comments? If not, this meeting stands adjourned.